Okay, please tell me this looks right. I updated the stream title and everything. Yeah, while I was playing Doki Doki Nuai, someone left a comment asking me to try out a short demo of their own Doki Doki game mod. Called, well, Welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club Player. Yes, this was another mod I found off a YouTube comment. Except it wasn't a download link directly in the YouTube comment. I just followed them to the DDLC modding subreddit, and I downloaded it from a link there instead. Also, the guy had a Natsuki avatar, so I feel like this is gonna be, like, less crazy than the one that was made by the guy with the Guy Fawkes avatar. So I already have a better feeling than the last time I'm going into one of these. And yes, I actually checked the game files. There's nothing I had to cover up, unlike in the Monica Start mod. If I click help, it just opens something in my browser. What if I hit V? Nothing happens. Let's put in the name. Jimmy, why the hell not? How's it feel to be top 3? Oh shit, we get to pick a story from the get-go? Oh, how's it feel to be top 3? Oh, it's really exciting. I mean, I actually just discovered how to do the one cycle on Dracula's third phase with Sypha just yesterday. And then I go and do it in a run and just go and get third place. We'll do from top to bottom, I guess. Written by, oh, I thought it said Final Scare, it says Finals Acre. Nightmare Ninja Zero, Shadow Bandit, proofread by Xenex. Hello Jimmy, how's your day? What happened? I checked and no, there's no Siri voice in this mod. I think that's a good thing though. What am I doing here? How did I end up here? Am I dreaming? Was I drugged? Okay, don't panic. Let's analyze the situation we're in. I was inside my house, but now I'm outside in a neighborhood that I have never seen before. I wasn't in my usual clothes. Now I'm in a Japanese school uniform. I didn't have anything on my back other than a school bag that was mine. The weather is cold, as if it was in October. Last time I checked it was summer. What the? Hey? I jumped at hearing the voice. I looked behind me to see a girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms frantically. I had an odd feeling that I knew her from somewhere, but where? I take a deep breath to try calming myself down. This entire thing was making me really scared. I couldn't stop my hands from shaking. The girl is now standing in front of me. She seems out of breath. Now that she is closer, I notice she appears to be Sayori, a character from Doki Doki Literature Club. Oh, so the guy is self-aware. There's no way this is happening. I overslept again! But I caught you this time! This has to be a dream. This has to be fake. I can't. There is no other rational explanation. I know I'm not crazy, but this... Jimmy, are you alright? Wait, Jimmy? That's not my name. That is not my name, by the way. This was seriously beginning to freak me out. Either way, I need to say something. Yeah. You look tired. Do you watch too much anime again last night? It's difficult for my brain to comprehend what was going on, but I knew I had to play along as if I was going to figure out this insane situation. Sorry, I just really wanted to finish something. I'm just a bit tired. No worries. Jeez, you know you shouldn't do that. Speak for yourself. I'm not the one that woke up late. Why did I say that? Sometimes my sarcasm gets the better of me. That's mean, Jimmy. Oh, come on, Sayori. You know I'm just teasing you. Anyway, we should go or we will really be late. We cross the street together and make our way to school. The most surprising thing is that everyone was very distinct, original, alive, making this place feel more real than it should be. By the way, Jimmy, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? You promised me you would join a club this year. Wait, what should I answer? Should I do the same things the main character did? Okay, so I'm assuming this is a real person who played the game before and then suddenly finds himself trapped in it, for whatever reason. There's no point in wasting time. The most logical reason I'm here probably has something to do with Monica. I wasn't sure how or why, but it was my best bet. Alright, I decided I want to join the literature club. What? Really? Yeah. I mean, you are the vice president, right? It would be better for the both of us to be together, don't you think? Yay! Sayori smiles brightly and jumps while hugging me. Aw, Sayori is cute. I even plan on inviting you today. Really? What a coincidence. I can't wait to show you the club. I can't wait too. I really couldn't wait. The joy of being in the world with these characters was overpowered by my fear of why I was here. We arrived at the school and went to our respective classrooms. Luckily I was sat in someone's seat. I didn't pay any attention to the teacher or her lecture as I instead used these hours of boredom to stare at the blackboard to reflect on my current situation. Did Monica bring me here? If so, how? How do I get back? Do I wait until the school festival is over without any of the girls dying? These are the million-dollar questions. Unless this whole thing is a dream. That would make more sense than ending up in a video game. However, if this isn't a dream, then I need to find a way to return to my reality. While going into a fictional world has always been one of my fantasies, I have people waiting for me in my world, people who are dear to me. And if you're gone for too long, your real life just starts to fall apart. If I was to disappear, I don't want to imagine how much pain and sadness they would feel. You'd probably get kicked out of school for truancy if you were gone for like at least a month or two. I never thought of that. Now I'm torn all about this. I never really liked the character. It's funny, however, since I appeared here, the world didn't seem as fake as Monica said it would be. Everything seemed so realistic, so built. It was just like real life. If I hadn't known any better, I would say this was real life. Only Monica gave me the answers I was looking for. Sayori? Were you waiting for me? Yes, I was. Let's go to the literature club. I felt so nervous, like a building bubble of anxiety was filling me. I didn't think you would be that excited. What has gotten into you? I'm just excited to start the first day of my first club in my life, that's all, Sayori. I'm glad you feel like that. Let's go. Sayori looks really happy. It really doesn't seem like she has chronic depression. Then again, what do I know? What could I possibly do to save her? Save all of them. And thus today marks the day I did what all fans of DDLC dreamed of, going to the literature club. I quickly followed Sayori across the school and upstairs. To my surprise, there were a lot of people in the hallways. It was surprising to see something different from the game. The question of whether this was real or not popped in my head again. As we approached the classroom, my heart began to beat even faster. What should I say when I enter the room? Should I do as the protagonist did? I'm overthinking this. I should just be who I am. After all, whatever brought me here obviously wanted me. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. The moment has come. Everyone, the new member is here! I take a deep breath. Hi everyone. My name is Jimmy. I'm such an awkward idiot. I glanced around the room and noticed the room is just like it was in the game. For a moment I paused, looking at the girls in front of me. Welcome to the Literature Club, Jimmy. It's a pleasure meeting you. Seriously, you brought your boyfriend? What? He's not my boyfriend? Yeah, I could see there was really no point in arguing. Natsuki is still her manga-loving tsundere self. Monica is staring at me with a confused expression. Does she know something? Is that really you? She seemed to have a suspicious look on her face. Did she already realize I'm not the original protagonist? I'll have to talk to her in private later. Of course it's me. Who else would I be? Anyway, nice to meet you all. I had to quickly shut down that conversation. I couldn't risk the others finding out. The only one who would even understand was Monica. It's great to see you. Welcome to the club, Jimmy. It's great to be here, Monica. Wait, do you two know each other already? I knew they were in the same class last year, but I didn't think they knew each other well. Huh. Actually, I happened to meet Monica a few weeks ago and we chatted a bit. So that's why you came here, huh? No, I mean, that's not my only reason. So it is a reason. That's not why. Even so. Why is it a bad thing to go to a club because of your friend? Even though tsunderes aren't my type, I will admit that Natsuki had to be my second favorite character in the game. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy, and this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Nice to meet you, Natsuki, Yuri. I hope we'll get along well. Come sit down, Jimmy. We made room for you at the table. Right. I'm not much into sweets, but it wouldn't do me any good in refusing. Sayori really put me into a corner. Can't really blame her. I'll get them. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Got it? When you're talking about morning, oh right, it's you, Nambona. Now I get it. How about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. I looked at Monica. She is looking at me expectantly, obviously wanting me to sit next to her. I compromised by sitting in the empty suite between Monica and Sayori. I decided this would be the best option for everyone. Monica still gave me a smile despite that. Tray in hand, so on and so forth. Are you all ready for some delicious cupcakes? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like Totoros from My Neighbor Totoro. Apparently Studio Ghibli exists here? This world was getting more and more real as I went along. It was really freaking me out. My stomach is growling. That reminds me, I didn't eat yet. Come to think of it, how would food of a video game taste? So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Did I say Monica's line? Yeah, I'm impressed. Heh. Well, you know. What are you waiting for? Dig in, dummies. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. Will it taste like bread? Rice? Water? Air? Nothing? Or like a real cupcake? I love it! Sayori talks with a mouthful and already managed to get icing on her face. I couldn't help smiling at Sayori's cute antics. I turned the cupcake around in my fingers, testing its texture. So far it really looks real. Either this was great coating or... No, it had to be great coating there. There was no way this place was real. Finally take a bite. I have to give her kudos. Somehow this was one of the best desserts I had ever eaten. I should say something. Natsuki had a very satisfied expression on her face. Yeah, when it comes to mods that just revolve around the original script, it makes me wonder what really makes them stand out. There was the one Monica Root mod that still left me satisfied, by the way. Natsuki, you are the best baker I've ever met. Thank you so much for this. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I made them for you or anything. Of course, you made them for the club, right? Yeah. Right, I made them for the club. Understood? Sure, Tsundere-chan. Tsundere-chan? Who are you calling a tsundere, dummy? Nothing, Tsundere-chan. I'm not a tsundere! Huh. Never seen her do that pose before in the game. The thought of this being real creeped into my mind. No, this couldn't be real. That's impossible. Still, I should apologize. I went overboard there. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Everyone's now around the table. Let's see how this tea tastes. I sure hope it's good. I slowly take the cup in front of me and bring it to my mouth. Maybe you should wait. Too late. My tongue! Ah! After a few seconds of trying to cool my tongue while remaining calm for the girls, the pain finally settles. Ha, yeah, I will wait a bit. Do you like tea, Jimmy? Yeah, I really enjoy tea, especially Earl Grey. What about you? Looks like you really like it. I do. I especially like drinking tea while enjoying a good book. Yeah, oddly enough, I really like tea. It definitely pairs well with books, movies, and games. I see. What kind of literature do you like to read? All kind of books, from horror to fantasy. Recently, though, I have been really into manga and visual novels. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. I suppose she is looking forward to sharing her hobby with me. Visual novels? What are they? To make it simple, it's like an interactive book with pictures and sound. It's classified as one kind of video game. Seems like an interesting concept. Monica suddenly speaks up. What is your favorite visual novel, Jimmy? Oh boy, here we go. One thing for sure is I'm not going to give her the satisfaction. I forget, it was sort of a dating sim if I remember correctly. How can you forget the title of your favorite thing? Sometimes just can't remember even the most obvious things. It's okay. It happens to everyone. I kind of want to know, who was your favorite character of that game? Here we go. The childhood friend honestly grew on me. Wait, did I tell you that people are sexualizing the Infinity War characters, including Thanos? You probably didn't need to tell me. I probably could have just imagined that it was being done without me knowing about it. I mean, Rule 34, people. Rule 34. I need to change the subject quickly, though. I didn't want to get deleted, or worse, get Sayori deleted. By the way, Natsuki, you like manga, don't you? Yeah, what's about it? You don't need to be so defensive. There's nothing wrong in liking manga, you know. I know that. Manga is literature, too. That's right, Natsuki. You also usually like to write about cute things, huh? What gives you the idea? You left this piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. Give that back! Fine, fine. Hey, don't worry, Natsuki. You're really not that cute. Everyone just finds you easy to tease. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. Thank you, Sayori. I'm glad that someone gets it. Well, that's different. I don't know, your action says otherwise, Natsuki. Don't say that! Why don't you share your writing with us? No, you wouldn't like them. Come on, everyone says that the best bakers always make the best writers. Did I really just say that? I have literally never heard anyone say that before. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. Right. I'd be shy to share my poems. Let's go home and write poems. Let's do it. Jimmy. Write a poem, Jimmy. Please don't let me fail this. Don't let Jimmy fail. The only ones left in the club room were me, Sayori, and Monica. It's time to finally talk to her. Sure. I'm now alone with Monica. Her happy expression has instead turned into one of disbelief. How can you be here? I don't understand. What do you mean? How'd you know? Please, Jimmy. I remember how this is supposed to go. You're acting all different. She didn't seem too angry. She's just very excited. Huh? Suddenly a realization hit me. Wait, you had nothing to do with me being here? Me? No. I was extremely surprised when you entered the club. So much for that lead. Then who was it? There's also another problem I've been having. I know what is supposed to happen, but I can't see or read any of the game files. I don't understand it. It's like everything has changed this time. If you can't read the game files, then how do you know everything's different? Aside from maybe the fact that you know you're talking to someone that's not MC. What does this mean, even? And does that mean Sayori wouldn't? While it is a bit irritating to not see the game files anymore, you're here with me. I'm so glad to meet you. When you downloaded the game, I was already looking forward to meeting you. Even if through a pre-made character, but to think I could meet you in person, to see the real you. Monica, you barely know me! But, I guess. This is getting us nowhere. Listen, Monica, there's something that's been bothering me since I got here this morning. Haven't you noticed everything feels real? What do you mean? She seemed confused. How could I explain this? It's like the game was very empty. Devoid of people, but now there's people. There's life. The girls, they're going off script. Now that you mention it, this morning I woke up to find my mom baking breakfast and my dad reading the newspaper. Then there's me walking to school. I don't ever remember my parents being here, or even me being away from the school. Maybe I'll be able to be with you outside the club room. I'll be sure to wear something cute for you if you do. Really, Monica? I'm just teasing you, Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy. The less they know, the better. Meet Sayori at the school gates. Maybe she'd leave later, who knows? It's night out, apparently. Oh, sorry about... Whoa. Why Jimmy out of all names? About as... Really, I have no idea. The first thing I did upon entering the room was look into the mirror. So this is what he looks like, huh? Oh, it's that main character we saw in all the Paul mods. Really fits the generic main character they're in these kinds of games. After that, I looked around the room. I noticed various video games I've never heard of, and the only books were boring textbooks. Anime posters lined the walls near the bed, one of them being of Rem from ReZero. Richard was better. However, a drawing on the desk beside the computer caught my eye. Was this drawn by Sayori? What is this? Why is Sayori sad, and why is this random guy holding a lollipop? And why is she sad that he's... Is he offering her the lollipop, and how could she be sad? Looks like she drew it when she was very young. For some reason I felt emotional over it. It seemed so happy yet bittersweet. Sayori. Day 2. Written in red font. What was that font anyway? I swear I could have maybe recognized it, I just don't know the exact name. I jumped out of bed and threw open my closet to get some fresh clothes, only to frown as I realized it was full of nothing but school uniforms and black hoodies. For a moment, I stared in confusion, but suddenly it all came back to me. Waking up in a stranger's body, living among the characters of DDLC. For a brief moment, I'd forgotten the events of the previous day. I sat back down on the bed with a sigh, only to recall yet another strange fact. Unlike in the normal game, I hadn't played through the poem minigame. I guess that meant I'd actually have to try and write poems. At least there was no possible way that my poems could be worse than the MC's. They were literally just random words thrown together. I got dressed and headed towards the kitchen. Please tell me we can write the poem. I decided to cook myself a light breakfast of scrambled eggs, rice, and toast. I would have to remind myself to go to the market to buy some beacon. Some beacon. Not bacon, beacon, and other stuff. Not that the food of the family of Jimmy had in the fridge was limited. As I thought of what to write my poem about. There were endless possibilities, that's for sure. I think I have a great idea. Before I know it, I'm back in the literature club. Welcome back, Jimmy. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Not at all, Yuri. Me coming to the club yesterday wasn't a one-time thing. Besides, the only reason Jimmy came to the club was because of the cupcakes. And it also doesn't help that he was sharp as cardboard. Still not sure why these girls even had the hots for him in the first place. Well, you better not be struggling. A single poem is something that should be fun, not challenging or boring. I believe you're looking for the word you're looking for is tedious. Whatever. With that, Natsuki stormed over to the closet in the corner, though I could tell that she really wasn't angry. It all just seemed to be playful banter between her and Yuri. Strange. Before, they were completely opposites, with bitter resentment between the two of them. They appeared to still have different ideologies and interests, but something seemed to have pushed them to be closer friends this time around. Before I could gather my thoughts, though, Sayori walked up to me and threw her arms around me in a hug. As I staggered under her weight, I could help but notice Monica staring at us from across the room. Ugh. What was that for? Really? I just still can't believe you're here, Jimmy. Are you excited to share poems? Yeah, I guess. Don't look so down. Okay, I've never seen Sayori make that face before. Sayori puts on an expression I've never seen before, both in the game and short time I've been here. She looks proud and confident. I'm sure your poem will be great. You should believe that too. Even if it needs work, I refuse to believe that you can't produce better writings in the future. It's really nice of you. Thanks. And then there's that face we've all seen before. So what poem did Jimmy write? I don't even think I got to see it. So Yuri will be the one helping Natsuki take down our manga? Thank God for that. That would have been pretty awkward. Thanks, Yuri. Don't worry. The pleasure is all mine. With those words, Yuri brushed past me and sat down on one of the desks behind me, instantly getting engrossed in the novel that she left lying on it. Hey! Natsuki almost dropped the smaller box she was carrying, but caught it with her fingertips just before it slipped from her. Oh, what did you want? Calm down, Natsuki. I just came by to say hello. I've read a little of the Parfait Girls before. Isn't it about baking and drama with magical girls? What? There's way more to it than that. To be fair, the game didn't really give much detail. And if it's like any other magical girl story... Here. She shoved the box into my hands and pulled out the top volume. I'm going to show you what this manga is actually about. Put that down and follow me. And she hands me the manga. The events of the game play out like normal. We flip page by page through the first chapter and I see many of the more intricate details about the manga that the game simply glossed over. I'm surprised by how involved Natsuki, yes, gets into the story. She laughs at the jokes, tisks at the stupid decisions, and shifts uncomfortably at some of the more mean dialogue between the characters. The one thing I found interesting is how dark the manga got once the plot got going. Of course, it didn't go into the DDLC levels of dark. I'm surprised you're sharing this with me, Natsuki. Well, I can't exactly let you spread lies and inaccurate facts about this story. Plus, I try as I might, I can't get Yuri to read this with me. This gives me a chance to figure out what's going on between them. Hi there, Death Battle Critic. Can you two tell me how you met each other? You seem like really close friends. She remained silent for a moment. Maybe later. We read in silence for another minute. I couldn't help but feel a little disappointed, though. I have to go somewhere after the club today. If you want, you can come with me and I'll tell you along the way. Interesting. Nothing like this has ever happened in the game. It might be an opportunity to learn about Natsuki's and Yuri's past. At the same time, was Sayori really stable enough for me to leave her like that? I understand if you don't want to. Well, I had planned to go to the market to find some food. Is that where you're going? Well, yeah. Let's just go and get the food, I guess. Or share the poems. I realized this was likely purposeful for her, now that I realized I was here in the game. Her spiteful and selfish attitude kept her from allowing me to find happiness with the other girls, even when it was something as simple as friendship. Do you want me to take this home and finish it by myself? I pointed to the manga volume and Natsuki nodded her head. Yeah, just so we can start on chapter 5 tomorrow, but bring it back in one piece or else. Normally, I don't let people borrow my manga. I pick up the manga and go over to my backpack, and gently slide it into a pocket, being careful not to bend it at all. I shared my poem with Yuri, Natsuki, and Sayori, receiving fair feedback, which made sense as the poem I wrote during class wasn't specified towards any single girl. Now it's finally time to share with Monica. What's with the southern accent? Also, you know I have a poem. You saw me presenting it to the other girls. I'm just messing with you, Jimmy. When are you not? We hastily shared poems when the time came to get some answers from her. We need to talk. Why am I here? I don't know. But isn't it great? There's so much for it. Monica. I interrupted her before she could get sidetracked. You have to have some idea of what is going on in here. She remained silent for a moment. Fine. Yes, I do. I'll come over to your house tomorrow after the club. We can't talk here. I didn't really want her to come over, but I saw no alternative. Fine. Great. Well, I better wrap up the meeting. Okay, everyone. Let's leave. Let's walk home with Sayori and just the usual. And my nose is still kind of itchy. This is so cool, Jimmy. How do you like the other members so far? They seem nice. How did you write such an awesome poem? It wasn't that great. Sure it was. Don't kid yourself. Whatever you say, Sayori. You're going to stay in the club, right? Yeah, of course. Today was a lot of fun. By this time in the game, she was showing trace amounts of sadness. I'm not sure if I was doing a better job than MC. Hopefully that's the case. Then again, it's been a while since I've played the game. Soon enough, we arrived to our respective homes and Sayori gave me another hug as a way of saying goodbye. With that, I checked my phone to look for the nearest market. As soon as I appeared, Natsuki was waiting, still dressed in her school uniform. You kept me waiting! You do know I had to escort Sayori home, right? I could have just told you another time. Good point, but I wanted to get to know the rest of the club members. Well, let's go in, I guess. Never seen this market before. You want to know about how me and Yuri became friends, right? Yeah, but why didn't you just tell me back in the classroom? Yuri doesn't like me to talk about it. She's kind of embarrassed by what happened. Embarrassed? By what? Hold on, I'll get to that. It all started about a year ago. I was just heading into the locker room when I saw a bunch of girls crowding around Yuri. White screen. Oh, the locker room. But they still have clothes on. Yeah, I swear, I checked the game files. I didn't find anything explicit. Even though the locker room wouldn't have been a good place to put something of the sort there. What are you going to do? Cut yourself? Freaky bitch. How about we do it for her? No. Wait. Please. Hear that? The cutter is begging. Begging for pain. Hey. Leave her alone. I knew that I couldn't let those stuck-up girls hurt her, so I stepped in. They all turned towards me and they started sneering and jeering at me. So you know what I did? I punched their leader in the face. Wow. That must have taken some guts. Yeah. Well, anyway, they all looked at me in shock for a moment, and I started back, hardly believing myself. Then I turned around and ran with the snobbish bullies right on my tail. I managed to throw them off my trail and just hid away from them for a while. Eventually, I mustered the courage to walk home, and the next day we saw each other again. She quietly thanked me, and we just kind of started hanging out after that. I hadn't expected their backstory to be that detailed. It wasn't all that detailed to me. Even though this world had the paint job of DDLC, it seemed to differ in many ways. Oh, Red Wolf Studios, long time no see. Yes, I'm still finding time to run Castlevania stuff here and there. Recently got a really nice PB on Sypha. Yes, I started running the Sypha category just like 2 weeks ago. Thanks for telling me. Even if the worst didn't happen to you, I'm sure it couldn't have been easy to tell me that. Yeah, I guess. I've really got to start heading home now, though. Like, I'm really concerned as to what those mean girls are going to do to Yuri. Carve their names into her stomach? Things were really starting to get weird. But hopefully tomorrow Monica could tell me what was going on and I could get home. At the same time, though, I wasn't sure if I immediately wanted to go home. I'm probably going to try and do one tomorrow morning? Probably on medium difficulty. Easy. I feel like easy is just going to be too easy. I want a bit of a challenge, but I don't want something that's going to be overkill straight away. So I'll probably do medium just to test the waters. There's easy, medium, hard, and furious difficulties. Though I would like to try at least a few furious ones somewhere down the road just to see what could happen. This is almost like a dream come true. Plus, it seemed like Natsuki and Sayori were really starting to warm up to me. I reached the MC's house and went to bed shortly after I arrived, anxious for the plot to continue forward. Wait, are we stuck here? Oh, actually no, that's where that story ends. Yeah, so that's where Jimmy's story ends. How am I? I'm doing well. Just this morning I got a really good Sypha run, and that put me in the 3rd place. Within 2 weeks of actually running it. Yeah, speaking of which, I could maybe just add some more cards to my own Cards Against Humanity deck. Okay, I said we'd do from top to bottom. Sayori's story. So, Sayori's the narrator in this one? Maybe he's the one who's late today and not me. I admire the scenery as I walk. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, and the hubbub of the city is relatively comforting. The proofreaders for Jimmy's story were better. I've already seen like 2-3 typos, and we've just started Sayori's story. But there's one extremely nervous looking guy standing by himself. Someone got a new world record for SMB. Oh, really? Wow. To think you can still actually get world records in that game. I have no idea when we're going to see the 455, but at the rate these people are playing the game, getting new times, it's probably going to happen. Not sure if it's going to be 2018 or 2019 that the 455 is going to be a thing. Maybe I can get his attention. I start running towards him and waving my arms. Hey! I can't help but chuckle at myself. That was so goofy and corny. I should probably feel embarrassed, but all I can feel right now is out of breath. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. What's with his reaction? Poor guy. He looks absolutely scared to see me. Are you alright? Get this loser out of there. Yeah. He looks like he's about to pass out, and that's all he has to say. You look tired. Did you watch too much anime again last night? So, same story, just different points of view. Speak for yourself. Who's the late one here? Did his head just move a bit? Okay, maybe I'm just seeing things. That's mean, Jimmy. Oh, come on, Sayori. You know I'm just teasing you. Jimmy really is a sweet guy, even if he can be kind of oblivious. In fact, I've never seen him try to be mean to somebody on purpose. He's really just a big sweetheart. Something tells me it would just be really cute and funny to see him intentionally try to be mean. Anyway, we should go or we'll be late. Let's go to school again. A club? You promised me you would join a club this year. He looks puzzled. Clearly, he hasn't given this any thought. Let me think for a bit. We stop walking and he puts his hand to his chin for a few seconds. Did he really wait until right now to start thinking about a club to join? He's so reliable when it comes to helping me, but he never thinks about himself. It worries me about how much we rely on each other. I mean, we can't always be around to help each other, right? Unless, of course... Alright, I decided I wanted to join the literature club. Really? Yep. We arrive at school on time and change into our school shoes or lockers. As usual, we head up to the 3rd floor as I wave goodbye and head for my classroom. Wait, Sayori? I turn around and see Jimmy with another funny look on his face. What's the matter? This is probably going to sound really strange, but where's my classroom? He's right. That is really strange. What's with him today? I'm just really tired and I can't think straight. Are you sure you're okay? It's like you're a completely different person today. Okay, you caught me. I'm actually from another universe and I've taken over Jimmy's body. Take me to your leader, Sayori. Klatu Barada Nikto. What language is that? You're funny, Jimmy. I'll see you later. Wait, seriously? I really do need your help finding my class. I give up trying to understand. I shrugged my shoulders and laughed, then escorted him to his seat. School is finally over. What a day. No, I didn't forget to do my homework again, but I didn't even pay much attention today. All I can think about is Jimmy joining the club. I always get really nervous when I introduce him to other friends. It's like worlds colliding. One time, I introduced him to a friend from middle school and they ended up hating each other. There was also a time I introduced him to somebody I met online. They became such good friends that they both ignored me for months. Was inviting Jimmy to the literature club a really good idea? Yes, tool-assisted speedrun, doing things with emulators and other such software that you couldn't otherwise do on the original hardware. Like using save states, frame counting, get near-perfect input, near-perfect RNG, to make the optimized run the best you can. Obviously, TATSs usually can't be beaten or replicated by humans, but sometimes they may be outdated and new strategies get found. Maybe you could improve upon old ones, but I mean, like, the best ones made by, like, people that are, like, most knowledgeable about those games, those aren't really going to be beatable by any humans anytime soon. Because that's literally like a machine playing. Does he even remember where it is? He didn't even know where his own classroom was this morning. I hope he's not lost. I better go look for him. I crack open the door to Jimmy's class and peek inside. Hello? Sayori? He's sitting all by himself. He was probably just spacing out like I was a minute ago. Were you waiting for me? Yes, I was. Let's go with the literature club. Can I do the USA Castlevania 3 skips on Japanese? Are you talking about the ones with Alucard? I'm willing to bet that you can, but I actually do want to try that myself, just out of curiosity. I don't feel like the games are going to be that different that you couldn't do the skips on the Japanese version. I do wonder if you're asking specifically about the Alucard ones that Baze and I found. Yes, that's what I thought. I would have to try those just out of curiosity. Let's go. We head downstairs to the locker room to put our heavy textbooks away and then head back upstairs. Well, if you don't actually mean it and aren't actually racist. We make our way back past some vending machines on the 2nd floor where people often gather after school and during lunchtime. We continue past the school library where we get some of our reading material. At last, we're finally here. Beyond this door lies our destiny. Welcome to the literature club, Jimmy. Full of energy, I swing open the classroom door. Right. Everyone, the new member is here! Jimmy nervously takes a deep breath. Hi everyone, my name is Jimmy. The whole club is ready to greet us. Welcome to the literature club, it's a pleasure meeting you. Holy shit, that's dark. You brought your boyfriend? Way to kill the atmosphere. Okay, maybe I do talk about him that much. But she doesn't seriously think he's my boyfriend, right? It sounded like Jimmy was about to set the record straight, but he was interrupted by a really weird look from Monica. He's staring at me with the same petrified look he gave me when he first saw me this morning. What in the world is going on? Are you? Is that really you? Of course it's me. Who else would I be? Anyway, nice to meet you all. It's great to see you. Welcome to the club, Jimmy. It's great to be here, Monica. Do you two know each other already? They do. Why'd you come here? Don't say things like that. It's pretty much like almost the same script, just from Sayori's point of view. Monica is smiling and looking at Jimmy, slightly leaning towards me as she's already expecting him to sit next to her. I decide to do the same. Finally, he makes his decision. He sits down right between me and Monica. I like that, even though it doesn't answer any of the burning questions racing through my mind. With that awkward moment out of the way, Natsuki finally comes back with a tray covered in foil. Okay, are you all ready for some delicious cupcakes? Ta-da! On the tray are a dozen fluffy white cupcakes decorated in chocolate that look like some kind of rabbit. No, wait. I think they're from one of Natsuki's favorite manga. I need to eat these immediately. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm impressed. Heh, well, you know. What are you waiting for? Dig in, dummies. And now dummies isn't capitalized. It was capitalized in Jimmy's point of view. Consistency, people. Consistency. I wonder if Natsuki even noticed I already have one stuffed in my mouth. No, I think you're mixing that up with xenophobia. Xenophobia is a fear of strangers, or the other. Xylophobia is a fear of xylophones. He seems to be studying it rather closely, almost like he'd never seen a cupcake before in his life. Of course, I can't say I've ever seen cupcakes quite like these either. Natsuki clearly put so much effort into every little detail. Now I feel bad for just carelessly shoving it into my mouth. Jimmy slowly takes a small bite out of the side. His eyes shoot open. Whoa! Now he's just scarfing down the whole thing like he's challenging me to a race or something. This is the most delicious cupcake in the world. Natsuki, you are the best baker I've ever met. Thank you so much for this. It's not like I made you for anything. Not like I made them for you or anything. Oh, I wish I could experience them for the first time all over again. Of course, you made them for the club, right? Yeah, right, I made them for the club, understood? Sure, Tsundere-chan. Oh, snap. Tsundere-chan. Who are you calling Tsundere, dummy? Nobody, Tsundere-chan. Whoa! This is the kind of teasing he usually saves for me. It's almost like these two are already friends. I'm not a Tsundere! I don't understand why he teases me so much. This is hilarious. Oh, Natsuki looks like she's taking this personally. Jimmy isn't smiling anymore either. He probably thinks he went too far. The truth is, Natsuki is just too easy to anger. Does the Japanese version do sub 25 but doesn't do the clips and the tasks? Yes. Only in tool assisted though. I don't even think sub 25 can be done in real time because there's so many frame perfect inputs that a human being couldn't do in real time. The hot tea again. Jimmy takes a big sip of the piping hot tea and his eyes practically pop out of their sockets. He's trying to act tough, but I can practically hear him screaming on the inside. Ha. Yeah, I'll wait a bit. How can tasks do it, though? By specifying the inputs frame by frame, it allows you to kill the bosses with Alucard much faster than you could do otherwise. Pretty much lets you just bolt cancel perfectly and makes them able to attack much faster than you could do otherwise in real time, unless someone does find a method for that in real time. Should I get something cold for him to drink? I passed some vending machines on the way here. Maybe I could get him some apple juice or something. Crud, I don't have any money. Do you like tea, Jimmy? Jimmy tightly shuts his eyes. When he opens them again, he seems okay. I'm actually kind of trying to look at Jimmy's neck, and it's kind of off-centered from his head. If you look closely, you can see that Jimmy's neck is actually kind of broken. It's not right on the middle of his head. I'm really trying to get a good look in here. Yeah, it's definitely crooked. I just want to see it move back into the middle of his head again. I don't know if they run the game in real time or not. I especially like drinking tea while enjoying a good book. Yeah, it definitely pairs well with books, movies, and games. I see. What kind of literature do you like to read? Honestly, I still read all kinds of books from horror to fantasy. Since when? I haven't seen him read a book outside of school since we were kids. Recently, though, I've been really into manga and visual novels. Yeah, that's the Jimmy I know. Suddenly, Natsuki perks up and looks like she's ready to forgive him for what he called her earlier. Visual novels? What are they? To make it simple, it's like an interactive book with pictures and sound. It's classified as a kind of video game. It seems like an interesting concept. Yuri is obviously struggling to feign even the slightest bit of interest. What's your favorite visual novel, Jimmy? I forget, it was sort of a dating sim if I remember correctly. Ugh, my gosh, what an idiot. Why would he admit to playing dating games and probably one someone his age shouldn't be playing to a club full of girls? He probably just ruined his image in the other's eyes. Weariedly enough, though. A sly, knowing smile filled his face when he said that to Monica. How can you forget the title of your favorite thing? I guess not. Well, sometimes you just can't remember even the most obvious things. Like where your classroom is? It's okay, it happens to everyone. I kind of want to know, who is your favorite character in that game? It kind of sounds like she already knows what game he's talking about. He grins at her again. The childhood friend honestly grew on me. Monica furrows her brow and glares at him. Oh, as in Doki Doki Date Club? I haven't been really keeping up with... Oh, I've never seen Monica make this face before. Almost looks like Kirby. What did I just say? Oh no, I must have screwed up again somehow. I always do this. I take a sip of tea to try and calm myself down. By the way, Natsuki, you like manga, don't you? I'm not surprised you figure it out. She wasn't exactly subtle earlier. Yeah, what about it? No need to be so defensive. There's nothing wrong with liking manga, you know. Manga is literature, too. That's right, Natsuki. You always like to write about cute things, huh? What's with the sudden change of subject? What's going on? The sudden changes of subject are hurting my head. I kinda just want to wrap up the meeting now. I take another sip of tea. What gives you that idea? You left this piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. Give that back! Fine, fine. My head hurts, but I think I get it now. Monica and Jimmy are trying to get a funny reaction out of Natsuki, and they're pressing all the right buttons. Did they plan this all out beforehand? Honestly, I feel a little bad for Natsuki and a little mad at Jimmy and Monica. Don't worry, Natsuki. You're really not that cute. Everyone just finds you easy to tease. I slide up behind Natsuki and put my hands on her shoulders. Thank you, Sayori. I'm glad that someone gets it. Jimmy shoots me another glance, this one a tinge of surprise in it. Your reaction says otherwise, Natsuki. Share your writing with us, please. You wouldn't like them. I have literally never heard anyone say that before. Taking another sip of tea as I watch this exchange go back and forth. I do want to read Natsuki's poem, but not if it comes at her own expense. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Looks like she hit the nail on the head. Monica is on point today. If I was them, I would be a bit shy to share my poems. Monica empathetically stands up. I have an idea, everyone. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Whoa! Where did that idea come from? It makes me nervous, but also a little excited too. Natsuki and Yuri don't seem to be too into the idea, but I'm psyched. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more... Monica inhales a deep breath. Comfortable. Plus, it'll strengthen the bonds in the club. Between everyone. Monica glares at Jimmy. Isn't that right, Jimmy? And now we're back to awkward territory. I'm really not good at writing poems, but I'll do my best. Jimmy used to write the funniest stuff when we were little. He probably forgot all about it. I wonder how much he's changed since then. Okay, everyone. We can end today's meeting on a good note. We all write a poem for tonight. Sayori, I'm going to talk to Monica about some ideas I have for the club. I shrug my shoulders nonchalantly, but honestly, I feel a little hurt. Can you wait for me at the school gates? I want to walk home with you after I finish talking to her. That makes me feel better. And with a mostly genuine smile, I nod happily. Sure. I walk through the hallway past the vending machines one more time. Wait a minute, a familiar short pink head is down by one of the machines. Natsuki, is that you? Sayori? Did your head get stuck or something? No, I'm just looking for something. Can I help you find it? All I did was drop some change on the floor. Go away. That was harsh. You're still mad about us joking around with you back there, aren't you? I don't know what you're talking about. Just buzz off already. Sheesh. Alright, see you tomorrow. Maybe she'll be in a better mood tomorrow. Maybe the next sentence will be capitalized, yep. I make my way to the front gate and turn around and see that Jimmy is already coming out the front door. I walk toward him and he meets me halfway. That was fast. Yeah, I don't have much time to talk about. Just an idea I had for the club. Okay. I'm just still so happy you're in the club. Me too, Sayori. Me too. We start walking home together without saying anything. It's not necessarily a bad kind of silence, or a good one for that matter. It's just quiet. Ha! That was corny. Before long, we arrive in front of my house. See you tomorrow. Sleep well, Sayori. I'm watching him from my front yard for a minute. Before long, I go inside and up to my room. I slowly open the door. Ah! So much homework, but I'm also really tired. So which one is a higher priority? Is it really a contest? I plop down face first onto my bed. Even after that strange day, my bed is still as welcome as ever. The sun is already setting. Unfortunately, it's my least favorite time of year. I start to see the sun less and less, and there's not snow yet either. Ugh. I really don't feel like doing homework, but still, it's important to my future, so I'll just struggle through these next few years. Plus, I still need to make time for my poem. Not to mention I'm starving. I go down to my kitchen and grab yet another muffin. What can I say? They're delicious, plain and simple. I begin to work through my assignments, eating all the while. For the most part, I keep my food off my papers, but a few rebellious crumbs fall down, smearing the crisp, white sheets. My eyelids begin to grow heavy as I finish up my last few math problems. I finish writing down my last answer, and with a yawn, I fall straight into the bed, falling asleep almost immediately. Oh, so Sayori's route just ends then and there? There's no day 2, it's just straight up, that's it? There was hardly anything in there at all. Yeah, it's like, let's just say it's still still in the beta phase. Still not finished yet. Because nothing really happened there. And now we're in Natsuki's room! Oh crap, I overslept. I swear I usually don't do this. Is it really time for school already? I hastily rush to get myself for what surely will be a long day ahead of me. I need to organize my backpack, fix my hair, and eat breakfast. Oh, well, it seems like I ran out of food again. Oh well, it's just one meal, right? Skipping a meal can't hurt that much. Besides, I don't have time to eat breakfast if I still want to arrive on time. I cross the street and begin making my way to school. As I draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. They are the students who walk alone, like me, the groups of friends who talk loudly together, and the couples who romantically stroll to school. A particular couple catches my eye. They aren't really a couple, but it is a boy and a girl, namely Jimmy and Sayori. Actually, it's Sayori running toward Jimmy, flailing her arms like an idiot. What the actual hell is she doing? You know, I never really understood why I've always been so fond of Jimmy. I've had a crush on him ever since I saw him for the first time after I moved into this neighborhood. That was like 4 years ago? The only problem, well, I don't think he knows I exist. Admittedly, I've never summoned up enough courage to go and talk to him. Sometimes I wish I could be like Sayori more. She doesn't need courage to talk to a guy like that. She's just oblivious to the fact that it's important that you not make a fool of yourself every time you open your mouth or perform a simple action. If you have 10 cookies and divide them evenly among 0 friends, then that's sad because that means you have no friends. Ignorance is bliss, I suppose? Then again, she's talking to Jimmy and I'm not, so maybe there is some truth to that. I watch them happily converse from afar. I'm small, so I don't think they've noticed me. I'm not sure what they're talking about. Sayori's gone through half a dozen facial expressions already, so I suppose it must be an engaging conversation. Which reminds me, Sayori asked me to make cupcakes for the club again. I only agreed because she explained that was the only way Jimmy would ever consider joining. That's why I had no food today. I spent the rest of my money I had on supplies for the cupcakes. I really hope Jimmy enjoys them. I really do. Maybe he'll even like me. I happily glanced at my box of Totoro-shaped desserts. I wonder if it would have been smart to have just made one batch instead of making 3 and throwing away 2 inferior batches. That way I suppose I could have money left for food. No, I suppose not. Jimmy needs to get the best out of me. That's the only way he'll possibly like me. I peek back at Sayori and Jimmy. Geez, she looks really happy right now. Once again, I have no idea why, but it's so adorable when she's in such a good mood, so I'm happy for her regardless. I smile. I quickly frown as I notice a purple-haired girl on the horizon. Is that Yuri? Has she been watching too? Our eyes meet. She nervously glaces away. The sight of her worries me. I know she likes Jimmy too, so God knows what nonsense she'll pull to try to impress him. I brush that worry aside as a more practical one dawns on me. I'm going to be late for school! I race out of the classroom door as soon as the final bell rings. Then I quickly run back as I realize I forgot to bring my backpack with me out of the classroom. As I run down the hallways, this time with my belongings, I repeat to myself what my first word to Jimmy will be. Heck! I already did all that school day instead of paying attention to the teacher, but it doesn't hurt to practice one last time. I can't make it obvious I like him. That would make me seem too weak and feeble. No, he has to find that out on his own. I think you need to act tough. Would Jimmy like a tough girl? I hope so. I open the door at the club. Yuri's already inside. I glare at her. She stares disapprovingly back, and we both just stand there in awkward silence. Yuri's not amused. Did I ask you if you'd rather do it? I think you might have. Monica walks in. She senses the tension. So, are we ready for the new member Sayori's going to bring today? Sure, I think. Time to practice my I definitely do not have a crush on you routine. Ew, a boy? Oh, don't be such a party pooper. I'm sure it'll make a wonderful addition to our club. We hear the footsteps of Sayori and Jimmy, and everyone falls silent. Everyone, the new member is here! If not, then answer the question. I think I like Yuri more. I mean, Yuri probably wouldn't have killed all my friends. Well, something makes me feel like she could have done that first time I was playing the original game. I thought that was what might have happened. That some of the other characters would have just died because Yuri killed them. But no. Still just as disturbing as what actually happened in the game. Frick, I didn't want Yuri to talk to him first. Sayori always says nice things about you. What do I say now? What do I say now? Crap, come on, think. Seriously, you brought your boyfriend? Okay, saying the first thing that came to mind probably wasn't the best idea. Where? Crap. Did I manage to make him feel awkward already? God, I'm so stupid sometimes. Monica stares at Jimmy strangely. She looks petrified as if it was Yuri or something. Great. I managed to make her uncomfortable too. Are you? Is that really you? What is she saying? What's going on? Something seems out of place. Of course it's me. Who else would I be? Anyways, nice to meet you all. Do they know each other? It's great to see you. Welcome to the club, Jimmy. Am I the only person Jimmy doesn't know? That can't be good. It's great to be here, Monica. Suppose I better just ask to make sure. Wait, do you two know each other already? They seem hesitant to answer. I knew they were in the same class last year, but I don't think they knew each other very well. She doesn't seem so sure of herself either. Actually, I happened to meet Monica a few weeks ago and we chatted a bit. I hope that's not the reason why he came here. I mean, I did work really hard on those cupcakes, and maybe he's genuinely interested in the club. Who am I kidding? Would a guy like him like literature? Something tells me he hasn't actually picked up a book in years. Yeah, there must be some other reason. I hope it's not because he's interested in Monica and not me. So that's why you came here, huh? Shoot, I didn't mean for it to sound harsh. It's just, sometimes I can't control myself, even if I'm around people I'm trying to impress. No, I mean, that's not my only reason. I think I've discovered I have the uncanny ability to place the person I'm most fond of into impossible, awkward situations. Even Sayori doesn't do this as well as me sometimes. I'm quite impressed with myself. I'm not sure if that's a good thing. Probably not. Well, I guess I just learned another thing or two about Jimmy's motives with Monica. So it is a reason. I didn't mean to say that out loud. Are you kidding me? I'm such an idiot. Days of practicing to myself and I still managed to mess this up. I think I'd have probably handled it even worse than John. Jimmy doesn't know this, and all I've done is make him defensive for no reason. I hope he doesn't think this is my inherent nature. I'm mad at myself. Oh great, now everyone knows that I'm mad at myself. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Well, everyone expects Sayori, of course. I know she tried to say that without me hearing it all, but managed to do is announce it loudly to everyone. I don't think she knows how to whisper. Sometimes I wish I was as oblivious to her as everything around me. I mean, she does get to walk home with Jimmy, so I'm guessing she must be doing something right. Ignorance is bliss, I suppose. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. Actually, that describes herself more, but always in a bad mood. Doesn't sound nearly as nice. Alright then, see you later. I enjoyed the stream. I think we're probably almost done with it anyway. We just have Natsuki's story to go through. There's still quite a few typos in this. I'm hoping these get fixed by the time this is actually done, because that would be nice. If they really need another proofreader, they could ask me. I mean, proofreading this probably wouldn't be that hard unless the script gets huge, like DDNE or DDRC. Come sit down, Jimmy. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. Natsuki made cupcakes for the club. Panic mode activate. I'll get them. And drop them on the way to the table? No thanks. Besides, who made them in the first place? I wonder. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Got it? Sorry, I got a little too excited. Of course. It was anyone else I would be mad, but it's Sayori, so I can forgive her. And how about I make some tea as well? In what tradition has tea gone with cupcakes? What, did I miss the new trend where people dip their dessert into bitter liquids? Only Yuri would God ever made to make everything unnecessarily fancy, clumsy, and awkward. I get up to get the cupcake tray I placed on the other side of the room. Holy crap, my hands are shaking. I'm so nervous. I hope Jimmy likes them. Now the goal is to make it back to the side of the room where everyone is sitting without being Sayori and dropping the tray. That's actually a really good question as to what I would call it. Okay, give me some time to think about that. I would definitely have to put Monica's existential crisis at the forefront, where she realizes that there's a real world out there, but can't actually access it, and knows that she's stuck in a scripted game. I'd be tempted to just call it Brave New World. Are y'all ready for some delicious cupcakes? I hope no one noticed the shaking in my voice. Ta-da! I carefully take the foil off the tray. Whoa! So cute! Aw, Sayori's so cute when she's around food. I take back everything I bad ever said around her. She's too innocent. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. I'm impressed. You just complimented me. Please don't blush, please don't blush, please don't blush. Well, you know. What type of response was that? Why do I get so nervous around him? I definitely blushed. I hope my pinkness hides it. What are you waiting for? Dig in, dummies. Wait, Sayori already has one stuffed in her mouth. God damn it. I won't ask what she was trying to say there. Jimmy smiles at Sayori and slowly turns the cupcake in his hand. I know Sayori didn't, but maybe he noticed all the details I put into it. He turns the cupcake the other way. Okay, I hope he takes a bite soon. I really need to know whether he likes it or not. He examines the top of the cupcake. Come on. I wonder if he recognizes the Toro I put there. He slowly puts the cupcake to his mouth. Okay, I'm not just seeing things. His head just moves around a bit between animation frames. Okay, this one's not perfectly centered. The one we were looking at just before was. My heart is racing. He takes a bite. His eyes shoot open. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Natsuki, you are the best baker I've ever met. Thank you so much for this. Must not blush. Shoot, I hope he doesn't suspect that I only worked this hard on these cupcakes for him. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I made them for you or anything. Crap, that didn't sound very convincing, did it? Of course, you made them for the club, right? I think he knows. Crap. Yeah, I made them for the club, understood? How did he figure out so quickly? That doesn't seem to be the Jimmy I know. Maybe he changed and I didn't notice. I swear he's usually isn't this observant. Sure, Tsundere-chan. What did he just call me? Who are you calling Tsundere, dummy? Am I? No, I'm not. Nobody's Tsundere-chan. I'm not a Tsundere. I'm not, am I? Am I? I am. He understands me better than I understand myself. He's so... This is why I'm so fond of him. Jimmy isn't smiling anymore. I hope he doesn't think he hurt my feelings. I also just noticed something. In this animation frame, Jimmy's eyes are like yellowish brown, and like just a minute ago, his eyes were red. What's going on? His eyes changed colors in the middle of the mod. It's just, I know he was just teasing me, but he hit me where it hurt most. Sometimes the truth hurts the most, and I have to just accept that. He's already helping me become a better person without realizing it. I look up as my self-monologue is interrupted by Yuri arriving with her hot tea. Set the tray down. He gets ready to drink it. Jimmy's eyes widen as hot liquid hits cool tongue. I stifle a laugh. Why am I such a bad person? I look away at Jimmy attempts to cool his burning mouth. I know he's trying to act as if nothing had happened, but his eyes give it away. At least I can reasonably say that he enjoyed my cupcakes more than Yuri's bitter, boiling beverage. Yeah, I'll wait a bit. I glance over at Sayori, smiling to herself. She seems rather amused, as if she was the only one to notice. Geez, you're not the only one who noticed it. Whenever Sayori notices something, she's usually the last one, but acts as if she was the first. I guess she thinks she's the first and she didn't notice anyone else noticing. That's the type of ignorant confidence I need in my life. Do you like tea, Jimmy? Who would like tea? That stuff's gross. Only weirdos like Yuri would, that's who. I doubt Yuri actually likes tea. She just wants to seem all nice and formal. I really enjoy tea, especially Earl Grey. What about you? It looks like you really like it. Jimmy understands types of tea? Since when? This doesn't sound like the Jimmy I'm so used to. I've never seen him drink it before. Maybe he drinks it at home for health reasons or something, although he lives by himself and I doubt he has good enough habits to force himself to drink such an awful liquid every day. Or he's just secretly really diligent and I just didn't notice. Either way, it's another reason to like him. Okay, I've never seen Jimmy's eyes do that before either. Wait, what, Lucas? The tragedy of Dark Dropgoss the Wise? No, I don't think I have. Must have been Chernobyl. Radiation can change your eye color. Yeah, in this DDLC mod, it takes place in the Ukraine. Another plot twist. Unless it's Magna, of course. I think they meant to write manga. He wrote Magna. Enjoying a good book is an oxymoron, unless it's the Magna Carta. People who do not drink tea do not watch movies, and people who watch movies do not drink tea. And how could you get your hands free enough to drink while playing a video game? That seems rather inconvenient. I wonder if Jimmy is saying this just to be polite. He definitely is. Could be worse. They could have spelled it as mango. Crash ends, Lucas. Crash ends. Does he like... No. I hope not. I pushed a frightening thought away. I see. What kind of literature do you like to read? I hope he says Magna. I hope he says Magna Carta. Honestly, I read all kinds of books from horror to fantasy. Since when? That's a side of Jimmy I didn't know existed, and I sort of know a little bit too much about what he likes. recently, though. I've been really into manga and visual novels. He said manga? I left my head in surprise. Oopsie. I hope no one noticed my reaction. I put it back down. Shoot, it looks like the others noticed. Crap. I don't know, I never had a mango before. Quick, Yuri, say something. Visual novels? What are they? Thanks. I can't believe I'm thanking her, but I guess it was my fault this time again. Why can't I control myself? My god. To make it simple, it's like an interactive book with pictures and sound. It's classified as a kind of video game. So basically everything Yuri dislikes in a piece of writing. It seems like an interesting concept that you would never consider looking into until Jimmy brought it up, damn it. Okay, now his eyes aren't like he's just visited Pripyat anymore. Now his eyes are back to normal. What's your favorite visual novel, Jimmy? I need to practice my randomly interrupting conversation skills. Actually, I think I'm pretty good at it, given the looks I get from people when I demonstrate this ability, but around Jimmy, I can't even speak sometimes. I hope he at least knows my name. That's a start. I forget, it was sort of a dating sim if I remember correctly. Isn't that something you play when you're a lonely guy and can't find a girl to be with? Oh, I wish I'd have known that. You could have come to me for some companionship. If you had known my name. Oh, I guess it's my fault then. I watched Jimmy smile slyly at Monica. I need to remind him that I exist. How can you forget the title of your favorite thing? And saying the first thing that came to my mind without thinking again probably wasn't the best idea. Is that really my personality? I know I do this a lot because I never really cared what people thought of me, but now I do, and I can't control myself. Jimmy is right. I am tsundere. I don't know if that is a good or a bad thing. Probably a bad thing. Ah, well, sometimes I just can't remember even the most obvious things. Hopefully that's not my name. It probably is, isn't it? It's okay, it happens to everyone. Whoa, Monica, if you lean forward any further, your face is gonna be off the screen. I sure hope so. I couldn't remember how to speak today. I kind of want to know, who is your favorite character in that game? I just can't help but notice how Monica is looking in the opposite direction trying to ask Jimmy who his favorite character was in that visual novel he played. It would be like if I just went and did this. Physicist? How's it going? What have you been up to lately? What kind of games do you like playing? Even without the full name of the game, Monica knows what Jimmy is talking about? How does she know? Have they played this game together or something before? Has everyone else done something with Jimmy before besides me? The smug grin on Jimmy's face confirms my suspicions. The cute tsundere made my day. He likes tsundere characters? Monica's pleasant smile turns into a mean glare. I think he gave the wrong answer. And then his eyes are red again. What is this? Well, wrong for Monica maybe, but just right for me. And then his eyes are yellow. Is this what other people perceive me as? I really hope not. At least I hope Jimmy doesn't perceive me like this. Maybe it's because I'm always surrounded by happy people that I fail to notice my own sourness. You like manga, don't you? He's actually talking to me! Quick, say something that doesn't sound too awkward. Yeah? What about it? I'm so nervous right now. I hope that came out alright for once. No need to be so defensive. There's nothing wrong with liking manga, you know. The more he speaks, the more I like him. I know that. Manga is literature too. If Yuri interjects with an incorrect opinion, I will be mad. That's right, Natsuki. You usually also like to write about cute things, huh? Or that. I hope I didn't inadvertently show Monica my poems. That would be embarrassing. Some of the stuff I've written, I kind of don't want to think about it right now. What gives you that idea? That was definitely not convincing. He left this piece of scrap of paper behind last club meeting. Frick. This can't be good. I hope it isn't that love poem I wrote to Jimmy. That would be awkward. Give that back, please. Fine, fine. Phew. I think she saw the poem about the fluffy bunny I wrote. It was cute, okay? I like bunnies, you know. Still, I would be embarrassed if Jimmy read it. Don't worry, Natsuki. You're really not that cute. Everyone just finds you easy to tease. You wouldn't like my writing. Everyone says that. I understand how Natsuki feels. Can you shut your trap, Yuri? Literally no one cares about what you just said. I stopped myself from saying that out loud. I'm getting better at this controlling myself thing. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. I'm going to implode if Yuri doesn't stop talking. Why doesn't she share her own writing if she's so confident in this subject? It's hard keeping quiet. Well said. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? I sigh to myself. Somehow Monica is able to criticize someone without making it sound mean. I really need to learn how to do that. That way it can be rash but still likable at the same time. So much Jimmy can like me. If I was in their shoes, I'd be a bit shy to share my poems too. Somehow Jimmy always manages to be so incredibly thoughtful every time something awkward comes up. I'm so smitten by him, ha! I also wish I had that ability. Monica stands up excitedly. I wonder what she has to say. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Every time in the past Monica has done something like this, I've never liked the idea. Like that time Monica suggested I read horror and Yuri read manga. By suggested, I mean demanded, of course. It didn't really go as she planned. Neither of us were too happy, to say the least. But everything she's failed at something, she's always bounced back with more fervor than before, and that is something I cannot say I don't respect. I wonder what she has planned this time. Let's all go home and write poems. How about no? I don't feel like spending hours trying to impress Jimmy with my mediocre writing skills tonight. Yuri doesn't seem to be too into the idea either. Yeah, let's do it! I sigh. Of course, Yuri is probably going to forget and rush her poem while she's eating breakfast if we decide to do this. No wonder why she's so excited. It's easy for her to do this kind of thing. Maybe she'd be more like her, and relax a little more around Jimmy. But his presence just makes me so nervous. And I don't know why. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us get comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Maybe her logic is if we do something really awkward together, and we'll be a closer bunch? I don't really understand. Monica glares at Jimmy. Virtual novel. Not good at writing poems, but I'll do my best. You'll have to try hard, Jimmy. Has Jimmy done this before? There must be something here that I'm missing. This doesn't seem quite right. I do too. Maybe Jimmy and Monica have a past together. And given Monica's attitude toward him, maybe it didn't go so well. At least I can hope it didn't. See everyone tomorrow. We clean up the classroom and move the desks back to their proper positions. Ah, it's time to go home. Well, before I return home, I have a few things to do. First, I need to get some food. Skipping one meal might be okay, skipping a second might be questionable, but going beyond 3 might be bad for me. Shoot, I'm sort of out of money. I don't get my welfare check for a few days, so this is a problem right now. Maybe spending the rest of my money on cupcakes I didn't actually eat was a bad idea. No, it was for Jimmy. I would do anything to make him happy. I walk by the vending machines. I wonder if there are coins under here. People with more money than me sometimes carelessly drop their excess money onto the machine when if also spotted they either can't reach or can't be bothered to reach. I'm small, so I can reach, and I definitely can be bothered to do so. No, really. Will we ever get a DDLC mod that's just level engine, Blackout, Drop Goss, and Roberto Zampari? What would Blackout, Drop Goss, and Roberto look like in this game anyway? Let's see. Oh, what's that? A quarter! Oh, goody! Seems I can't reach it from this location. I inch a bit forward. My head is practically under the machine now. No wonder whoever dropped this quarter didn't bother to retrieve it. It's at a pretty awkward spot. Almost there. Natsuki, is that you? What? Who's there? This isn't good. How to explain to anyone why my head is under the vending machine? I peer awkwardly up at the voice. Oh, it's Sayori. Somehow I'm glad that it wasn't Yuri or Monica. I'm sure she'll forget the whole thing that happened if I tell her to go away. Sayori? This is still really awkward, don't get me wrong. Roberto would obviously be the Mega Man with Rex head. Okay, there's no way I could have forgotten. I still remember that. Did your head get stuck or something? How does one innocently ask the worst questions possible? I'm just looking for something. Can I help you find it? There should be a game show where you try to ask the stupidest questions, except you don't know that's the goal, and the contestants are usually trying to ask good questions. I would watch that. Sayori would win. Or better yet, game shows with the stupidest possible answers. All I did was drop some change on the floor. Go away. I hope that didn't come out too harshly. I'm not trying to be mean to her, but if she keeps this up, I'm going to explode. Why can't you understand that if someone's head is under a vending machine, they sort of don't want you bending over and awkwardly talking to them? You're still mad about us joking around with you back there, are you? What is she talking about now? Oh yeah, Jimmy called me cute and tsundere. Geez, even I didn't remember that until she brought it up. Why is she so annoyingly ignorant? That's the exact opposite of what I'm going to be thinking about right now. I don't know what you were talking about. Just buzz off already. Sheesh. That probably wasn't very nice. Alright, see you tomorrow. I hope I didn't hurt her feelings. I know she was just trying to help, but sometimes her sunshine burns rather than brightens up my day. I watch as she sadly walks away. Shoot. I feel kind of bad now. I finally get up from under the vending machine, completely alone. I should probably wait until everyone has left before I go coin hunting again. I watch as Jimmy and Monica come out of the classroom. Wait, they were colluding in private together? What the hell are they up to? They certainly don't seem to have a very good relationship if they are in one. Besides, it was quite irresponsible of Jimmy to leave his pet unattended. Look at all the trouble she got herself into. As they exit the classroom, they quickly part ways. Who is Jimmy's pet? I mean Sayori. That's not nice of you. Sayori's not a dog. Or a cat. After a decently long process in which I definitely messed up my hair, which I'll have to fix in order to look good in front of Jimmy. I ended up getting about $1 from one of the machines. Great, that's enough for a granola bar. I happily insert my coins and take out my dinner. I mean, I suppose it's not much it'll do for now. Okay, that's the food problem solved. What's next to do? Oh yeah, I need to pick up that new My Neighbor Totoro manga I put on hold from the library. I dust myself off and begin walking towards my destination. I sigh as Sayori happily walks over to Jimmy. And surprisingly, no. Not from anyone outside. I don't think anyone else had their windows open. Probably even knew about that. Then there's some people who play their music too loud. Then there's some people who just speedrun too loud. I'm the speedrunner. I begin going through the events that happened today in my head. Well, the events with Jimmy. He's all that's in my head right now. Ha. He's so handsome, charming, understanding. Ha. Every day, I imagine a future where I can be with him. I realize I'm drooling. I close my mouth. Luckily, no one's around to see that potentially awkward scene. I blame the granola bar for making me salivate. I wonder what his opinion of me is. Let's see, what have my interactions been with him so far? The first thing I said to him was a decidedly sarcastic and insensitive remark directed at Sayori that he surely didn't appreciate because I wasn't thinking again. Then I put him in a really awkward position about his relationship with Monica. I frowned. My god, why am I such a blithering idiot? Why can't I just speak like a normal person? Why do I make such a fool of myself whenever I'm around the people I want to impress? At least I think he enjoyed my cupcakes. And then he teased me by calling us tsundere, and I got all worked up over it. I mean, I think I amused everyone else in the room, but I don't think it helped him like me more. He did mention later on that he liked tsundere characters, at least in virtual dating sims. But I'm real, aren't I? I'm not a virtual dating stereotype. If he likes tsundere characters in a video game, then will he like those characters in real life? I sure hope so, or else I definitely did not do a good job impressing him today. I begin daydreaming again. I just want a world in which I can spend the rest of my life with Jimmy. Just me and him spending every afternoon together. Oh! Ah! Uh-oh. I wasn't really looking where I was going. I just collided straight into Yuri. I think she was reading again while she was walking, so she must not have been paying much attention at all. Her books go flying everywhere. Watch where you're going! Admittedly, it was also sort of my fault, but she should have been looking at the road, too. Sorry. As she kneels to pick up her books, I quickly take a glance at the rather menacing-looking one with an eye on the cover she was reading. What was it so fascinating that she just couldn't walk like a normal person? It's open to page 371. I read the first sentence on the top of the page. He grinned with pleasure as he repeatedly jammed his knife into the screaming, wailing subject's bones and flesh. I recoil in horror. I won't ask what the hell the context behind that is. She finishes picking up her stuff and we awkwardly part ways without saying a word. The creepy, weird stuff she reads. Why can't she be a normal person and like cute, fluffy things instead of violent, murdering ones? I found her up with a knife sticking at me because I offended her in some way. I guess you'll know what is her inspiration for that. Time to look up if bleeding to death from a knife stab is painful when I get home. You never know. Well, I'm finally at the library in one piece somehow. I quickly check out the manga I want to read and begin my walk home. Home sweet home. Good thing I was careful not to collide with any potential knife-wielding freaks. Actually, I don't see anyone on the way home. There doesn't seem to be many people around the government-rented house I live in. Maybe because it's run down and the area seems kind of sketchy. Maybe it's because people are afraid of getting mugged in the dimly lit streets. Maybe it's just because it's on the edge of town in an area where people don't have a reason to come to. I don't know. I wish I could live close to the school in the middle of the city like Jimmy and Sayori. That way I wouldn't have to get up that early to walk the distance to school, and maybe I could actually have some chance to speak to him. But of course I only wish that. None of that is achievable right now. I'm just barely getting by with money. I climb the steps to my bedroom. Ah! Oh, whoops. I forgot that the third step is broken and stepping on it is no good. Almost lost my balance there. Phew. I reach my bedroom. Well, it's been a long day. I guess I'll shower and go to bed. Well, that was a bummer. Okay, so this is the same bedroom apparently, but just at a different angle? No showering tonight. I sit on the edge of my bed and sigh. Sometimes I hate my life. Why did I have to live? Why did that incident take everything I loved in my life and the part of me I was proud of away? Why did I have to leave behind nothing but a shell? A fragment of my old life. Why didn't I die? Why? Sometimes I wonder if I should reunite with my family. I bet they're in a happier place now. Maybe if I angered Yuri or something, that I wouldn't exactly be the one sending myself away. Maybe if there was an accidental gas leak in my house. Maybe if I stopped eating. I shake my head. Of course, I can't do that, and the reason is simple. Jimmy. I lie down and stare at the ceiling. Oh yeah, there's one more thing I need to do before I go to bed. What type of poem would Jimmy enjoy? He seems to like anime and video games. Typical guy stuff, I guess. I don't think he would like a long and wordy one full of big words and deep symbolism. I think he would like a short and concise one that gets straight to the point. I really like those poems, but it doesn't matter what I like. It has to be what he likes. But I think he'll like it. I hope he'll like it. Please like it. What should my poem be on? Let's see. Okay, I think I'm done with the poem. What time is it now? Jeez, it's 10 at night. I've been working on this poem for hours now. I have to get each and every word just right. Nothing but my best for Jimmy. I realized if I had tried this hard in school, my grades would be better. That's lame. I look at the manga beside me and started reading it. The manga that got the creator of her favorite manga series into the spotlight. Oh, so that's it for Natsuki as well? Are you sure there's nothing else? Because I saw some assets in there that I didn't actually end up seeing in the game. Some of these things went unused. Just gonna skip through a bunch of this and see if there's anything different that pops up. Yeah, I saw some assets in there with Monica with some custom clothing that didn't appear in the original game, but I didn't see it show up in this mod. Maybe the creator of this mod already got Monica's alternate clothes ready, he just hasn't made those scenes yet. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. I think we've seen it all already. I'm actually just gonna go look through the game files again. No, not these game files. The other game files. The one for the mod. No, seriously, who's Jimmy? This random guy that got trapped in Doki Doki Literature Club? We'll really never know. Yeah, there's so many backgrounds that are just going unused right now. Yeah, there's the character select one. That I saw. There's so many of these backgrounds just going unused right now. There's a nurse's office. There's a pool. There's Sayori's living room. There's a forest. There's an ice cream place. There's a gym. This is probably gonna be a really big mod. None of which I've actually seen in the game yet. It's alright. There's still a lot of typos in here, and I was gonna say Jace's, but no, Jimmy's. Jimmy's eye colors keep changing randomly from red to yellow. This looks so awkward. Pretty sure if I click enough of these, I'll just randomly see. Yeah, there's red eyes. Red. Yellow. I just see if I can find a way to edit those so that in each animation frame his eyes are the same color. And there's also some alternate clothing for Sayori. There's Monika's casual outfit that we didn't get to see in the game. There's also a new one for Natsuki I've never seen before. Yeah, we're just gonna have to wait to see exactly how these are gonna get used. So yeah, Nightmare Ninja, thanks for making this, and good luck with the mod. And if you need another proofreader, I guess feel free to ask me, because I'd be pretty good at that. I feel like I could do a pretty good job of just proofreading things. So yeah, thanks for watching, and it's probably gonna be Super Castlevania 4 randomizer speedrunning tomorrow.